changes are coming to the Eastern Cape Provincial Legislature, with 33 new members joining the 72-member chamber. 2 former Executive Council members will not be returning following their bump up to the National Assembly. The ANC's Deployment Committee is expected to finalize the new executive, and Oscar Mabuyane will be returning as the Premier of the Eastern Cape. But for more details, let's go live to our reporter Sipha Kema, joining us live from the Provincial Legislature in Bisho. Sipha, 33 new members coming in. Some expected changes to the awaited Executive Council as well. How are those preparations looking?
Well, absolutely, Naledi, as you made mention that today is a significant day nationally, but also here in the Eastern Cape, as it's the first seating of the Provincial Legislature, marking, of course, the start or the beginning of the 7th administration. Now, mentioning that 33 new members are expected to join the revised 72-member chamber. This will be now the official start. I will be speaking to one of the members of the legislature that was part of the 6th administration, but also expected to be sworn in going into the 7th administration. But before we do that, just to talk about some of those new kids on the block that are coming into the legislature for the first time, we're looking at MK, we're looking at Patriotic Alliance, they'll be joining the provincial legislature. And of course, now some may be asking why the numbers have changed from 63 to 72. Now, that's because of the census, information, population grew, meaning that now they had to make some changes to the members of the legislature coming in. Now, Naledi, let's rope in, of course, that member of the legislature that is expected to be sworn in. He was there during the 6th administration, coming back for the 7th administration, Thabo Matiwane. Tell us, of course, what are your expectations for today? Smooth sailing?
Well, thank you very much, News Africa. Today, nothing much to expect. Smooth sailing. We're coming in officially to represent the aspirations of the people of this province, to pursue the agenda that we have committed ourselves when we were campaigning, to pursue the manifesto of our movement, and to recommit ourselves, rededicate ourselves as the movement and the government of the province to deliver and do more together.
Now, thank you so much, Thabo Matiwane. That's Thabo Matiwane coming in there, Naledi. But let's also talk about some of these new members. Now, we're looking at some of the list and the names that are there. 12 of them are young candidates, which, of course, is going to reflect a more fresh and diverse representation in the legislature. But also talking about the swearing-in ceremony that is expected today. We do know that it will be presided over by the acting Eastern Cape Judge President, Zamani Nhlangulele, who will also oversee the appointment, of course, of the new speaker, who will then guide the swearing in of all members of legislature, from the different 8 political parties that are taking seats inside the legislature. But also, in some significant changes that you had mentioned there, Naledi, we're looking at include the replacement of 2 former members of the provincial legislature, Noma Kasazanameth and Ndombovu Yonkopane, who are also part of that executive council, who have been elected to National Parliament now. But also, not forgetting to mention one of the longest serving members of Parliament, that's Bobby Stevenson, who served for 25 years. Of course, he took retirement earlier in the year, and he's definitely not coming back. But when we come back at 9 o'clock, Naledi, we will obviously go through the list of names coming in, who's out, and all the new political parties, as well as the seats that they will be occupying at the provincial legislature, and all those that are hoping to make a change with this new 7th administration. Naledi.